Hello and welcome back. I'm Lanita, the scrappy grandma, and this is the week's Torah portion reading. This week we got extras going on because we're in the middle of the feast. In fact, today is Yom Teruah. It is the Feast of Trumpets. And so together we will open the scriptures, the Torah, the prophets, and the Gospels to stay in step with Yah's rhythm and truth. So let's begin this week's portion. It's the 52nd. We've got three more. That's it. Super exciting. So this is uh Vayelech, Vayelech, and it means he went. And so let's see here. It is Deuteronomy 31, 1 through 30. Isaiah 55, 6 and 6 through 8. Hosea 14, 2 through 10. Micah 7, 18 through 20. And Joel 2, 15 through 27. And then Romans 10, 14 through 11, 20. I'll do my best to read them all. Most of the prophets are short. So first, though, I wanted to read a little bit out of the commentary here. In last week's Parsha, Nitzvatim, Moses formally gathered the children of Israel together to ratify their covenant with Adonai, with the Most High, and he then pled with the people to choose life. Because it was, I put before you blessings and cursings, life and death, choose life. The path of obedience to the Torah and commandments of Adonai. If the Israelites would do so, they would be blessed and prosper. But if not, they would be cursed with exile, persecution, and the threat of utter destruction. According to Jewish tradition, it is now the 7th day of Adar, and the heavenly voice called out to Moses, "This is your last day on earth." Moses then went to speak with the children of Israel to bid them farewell. I always thought it was cool that, he was given forewarning. It's like, here you go. Here's your expiration date. So Moses went and spoke these things to all Israel. "I am 120 years old today," he told the people, "and can no longer go forth and come in. Moreover, since the Lord has confirmed that he was soon to die, Joshua was to be ordained as the successor to lead the people successfully into the promised land across the Jordan River. In the presence of the entire assembly, Moses urged Joshua to be strong and courageous and to place his full trust in the Lord. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. Fear not and be not dismayed." Moses then committed the law to writing, and he delivered it to the priests. So then, because the Father has written on the tablets of stone, but now Moses writes down the law, and then he delivers it to the Kohanim, the priests, for safekeeping. He then commanded that after Israel was safely in the land, the law should be publicly recited to all of Israel during the Festival of Tabernacles, which is coming up in a couple weeks, in order that they may hear and learn to fear the Lord your God and be careful to do all the words of this law. This is sometimes called the mitzvah, or hakel, assemble, from the same root used for vehicle. The Lord then called Moses and Joshua into the tent of meeting to commission Joshua as Moses' successor. While there, the Lord foretold that the Israelites would whore after foreign gods and break covenant with him. Because of this, Moses was instructed to teach the Israelites a song called the Ha'azinu. Joshua was then commissioned with these words from the Lord: "Be strong and courageous, for you shall bring the people of Israel into the land that I swore to give them. I will be with you." After this, Moses instructed the Levites to put the scroll of the law beside the Ark of the Covenant and to bear witness against Israel if they were to deviate from their teachings. The Parsha ends with Moses gathering the people together to teach them the Ha'azinu, which would again remind them of the consequences of turning against the Lord. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Takes a couple seconds to get it done. I think it's that one. Yeah. Sorry. Get it fixed up. There we go. This one bigger. Come on. There we go. Okay. Should be able to see my screen here. All right. And we are going to start in Deuteronomy 31:1. Deuteronomy. Okay, 31:1. And Moshe went and spoke these words to Israel. There we go. And he said to them, I am 120 years old today, and I am no longer able to go out and to come in. And Yah has said to me, you do not pass over this Yarden, over the Jordan River. Yah, your Elohim himself, is passing over before you, and he shall destroy these nations from before you, and you possess them. Yehoshua, Joshua, himself is passing over before you, as Yah has spoken. And Yah shall do to them as he did to Sihon and to Og, the sovereigns of the Amorites, and their land when he destroyed them. And Yah shall give them over to you, and you shall do to them according to all that the command which I have commanded you. Be strong and courageous, and do not fear nor be afraid of them, for it is Yahweh your Elohim who is going with you. He does not fail nor forsake you. And Moshe called Yehoshua and said to him before the eyes of all Israel, be strong and courageous, for you are going with this people to the land which I swore to their fathers to give them, and you are to let them inherit it. And it is Yah who is going before you. He himself is with you. He does not fail you nor forsake you. Do not fear nor be discouraged. This is something we need to always have, as we face things that are uncomfortable or scary, or, if he has guided and directed us and sent us and told us, then we need to be strong and courageous and not fear, and trust him that he's going to bring about what he has said. And Moshe wrote this Torah and gave it to the priests, the sons of Levi. Why is it not doing it? Oh, there we go. And Moshe wrote this Torah and gave it to the priests, the sons of Levi, who bore the ark of the covenant of Yah, and to all the elders of Israel. And Moshe commanded them, saying, at the end of 7 years, at the appointed time, the year of release, at the festival of Sukkot, booths. So this is year of the Shemitah year, when property goes back to its original owners, debts are canceled, slaves are released. When all Israel comes to appear before Yah, your Elohim, in the place which he chooses, read this Torah before all Israel in their hearing. Assemble the people, the men, the women, the little ones, and your sojourner who is within your gates, so that they hear and so that they learn to fear Yah, your Elohim, and guard to do all the words of this Torah. And their children who have not known it should hear and learn to fear Yah, your Elohim, as long as you live in the land you're passing over the Yarden to possess. So, every year they're repeating this. So every new child is growing up in this. And I know a lot of women who are now, or, families that are now raising their children in this, and they're learning it as just a normal process, like the original Hebrews and the Jews currently. Joshua commissioned to lead Israel. And Yah said to Moshe, see, the days have drawn near for you to die. Call Yehoshua and present yourselves in the tent of appointment so that I command him. And Moshe and Yehoshua went and presented themselves in the tent of appointment. And Yah appeared at the tent in a column of cloud, and a column of cloud stood above the door of the tent. And Yah said to Moshe, see, you're about to sleep with your fathers, and this people shall rise and whore after the mighty ones of the strangers of the land, into the midst of which they shall enter, and forsake me and break my covenant, which I have made with them. Then my displeasure will burn against them in that day, and I shall forsake them and hide my face from them, and they shall be consumed, and many evils and distresses shall come upon them. And it shall be in that day, it is not because our Elohim is not in our midst that these evils have come upon us. And I shall certainly hide my face in that day because of all the evil which is done, for they shall turn to other mighty ones. And now write down this song for yourselves and teach it to your children of Israel, and put it in their mouths, so that the song is to me for a witness against the children of Israel. And I shall bring them to the land flowing with milk and honey, of which I swore to their fathers, and they shall eat and be satisfied and be fat. Then they shall turn to other mighty ones, and they shall serve them and scorn me and break my covenant. And it shall be, when many evils and distresses come upon them, that this song shall answer before them as a witness. For it is not to be forgotten in the mouths of their seed. For I know their thoughts which they are forming today, even before I bring them to the land of which I swore to give them. And Moshe wrote this song the same day and taught it to the children of Israel. And he commanded Yehoshua, son of Nun, and said, be strong and courageous, for you are to bring the children of Israel into the land which I swore to them, and I myself am with you. And it came to be, when Moshe had completed writing the words of this Torah in a book until their completion, that Moshe commanded the Levites who bore the Ark of the Covenant, saying, take this book of the Torah, and you shall place it beside the Ark of the Covenant of Yah your Elohim, and it shall be there as a witness against you. For I myself know your rebellion and your stiff-necked. See, while I am still alive with you today, you have been rebellious against Yah. Then how much more after my death? Assemble unto me all the elders of the tribes and your officers, so that I speak these words in their hearing, and call the heavens and the earth to witness against them. For I know that after my death you shall do very corruptly, and turn aside from the way which I commanded you, and evil shall come to you in the later days, because you do what is evil in the eyes of Yahweh, to provoke him through the work of your hands. So Moshe spoke in the hearing of all the assembly of Israel the words of this song till their completion. And Deuteronomy 1 through, okay, 1 through 30. That was it. Okay, so now it's Isaiah. So let me, uh-oh. Here we go. There we go. So go to Isaiah for the Haftarah, 55, 6 through 8. Seek Yah while is to be found. Call on him while he is near. Let the wrong forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return to Yah, who has compassion on him, and to our Elohim, for he pardons much. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways, declares Yahweh. And Hosea 14, 2 through 10. I'm just going to read the whole thing because it only goes to 9. I guess my Bibles might be a little different. O Israel, return to Yah your Elohim, for you have stumbled by your crookedness. And if this is reaching anyone and you feel that you're in this place and you need to return, message me and we can talk, because this is the time of return. This is the time of teshuvah, the time of turning and back and repenting. Take the words with you and return to Yah and say to him, take away all crookedness and accept what is good. And we render the bulls of our lips, bulls referring to offerings, so the offering of our lips. Ashur does not save us. We do not ride on horses, nor even again do we say to the work of our hands, our mighty ones, for the fatherless find compassion in you. I shall heal their backsliding. I shall love them spontaneously, for my displeasure has turned away from him. I shall be like the dew to Israel. He shall blossom like the lily and strike out his roots like Lebanon. His branches shall spread, and his splendor shall be like the olive tree, and his fragrance like Lebanon. Those who dwell under his shadow shall return. They shall revive like grain, the blossom like the vine, and become as fragrant as the wine of Lebanon. What more has Ephraim to do with idols? It is I who answer and look after him. I am like a green cypress tree. Your fruit comes from me. Who is wise and understands these words, discerning and knows them? For the ways of Yah are straight, and the righteous walk in them, but the transgressors stumble in them. And Micah 7:18 through 20. Who is like El? Who is an El like you, taking away crookedness and passing over the transgression of the remnant of his inheritance? He shall not retain his wrath forever, for he himself delights in loving commitment. He shall turn back, he shall have compassion on us, he shall trample upon our crookedness. And you throw all of your sins into the depths of the sea. You give truth to Jacob, loving commitment to Abraham, which you swore to our fathers from the days of old. Joel 2:15 through 27. Blow the shofar in Zion, set apart a fast, call an assembly, gather the people, set the assembly apart, assemble the elders, gather the children and nursing babies, and let a bridegroom come out from his room and a bride from her dressing room. Let the priests, servants of Yah, weep between the porch and the slaughter place, and let them say, spare your people, O Yahweh, and do not give your inheritance to reproach for the nations to rule over them. Why should they say among the peoples, where is their Elohim? Oh, kind of what's going on right now. A lot of people are just, they've just become so far disconnected with Yah and his people and who is their Elohim. And let Yah be jealous for his land and spare his people. And let Yah answer and say to his people, see, I am sending you the grain and the new wine and the oil, and you shall be satisfied with them. And no longer do I make you a reproach among the nations. And the northerner I shall remove far from you and drive him away into the dry desert land with his face towards the eastern sea and his rear towards the western sea. And his stench shall come up and his smell rise, for he has done greatly. Do not fear, O soil, be glad and rejoice, for Yah has done greatly. Do not fear, you beasts of the field, for the pastures of wilderness shall spring forth, and the tree shall bear its fruit, and the fig tree and the vine shall yield their strength. And you, children of Zion, be glad and rejoice in Yah, your Elohim, for he shall give you the teacher of righteousness and cause the rain to come down for you, the former rain and the latter rain as before. And the threshing floor shall be filled with grain, and the vat shall overflow with new wine and oil. Then I shall repay your years that the swarming locust has eaten, and the crawling locust, and the consuming locust, and the gnawing locust, my great army which I sent among you. Then you shall eat and be satisfied, and shall praise the name of Yahweh, your Elohim, who has done with you so wondrously, and my people shall never be put to shame. And you shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yah, your Elohim, and there's no one else. And my people shall never be put to shame. It says, see footnote Isaiah 24:23. And next is Romans 10, 14, 10, 14. There we go. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? How shall they believe in him of whom they've not heard? And how shall they hear without one proclaiming? And how shall they proclaim if they're not sent? As it has been written, how pleasant are the feet of those who bring good news of peace, who bring good news of the good. However, not all obeyed the good news, for Yehoshua says, Yeshua, who has believed our report. No, that is Yahuwah. That's Yah. Sorry. Start over. However, not all obeyed the good news. For Yeshayahu says, I think that's Isaiah, Yah, who has believed our report. Oh, yeah, Isaiah 53:1. So then belief comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of Elohim. But I ask, did they not hear? Yes, indeed. Their voice went out to all the earth, and their words to the ends of the world. And that's from Psalms 19:4. But I asked, did Israel not know? First, Moshe said, I shall provoke you to jealousy by those who are not a nation. I shall enrage you by an unwise nation. That's Deuteronomy 32:21. And Yeshayahu boldly says, I was found by those not seeking me, and I was made manifest to those not asking for me. And that's Isaiah 65:1 was prophesied. And to Israel, he says, all day long I have stretched out my hands to a disobedient and back-talking people. And that's Isaiah 65:2. And then we go 11. And I say then, has Elohim rejected his people? Let it not be. For I also am of Israel and the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benaim. Elohim has not rejected his people, Psalms 94:14, whom he knew beforehand. Or do you not know that the scripture says of Eliyahu, how he pleads with Elohim against Israel, saying, Yah, they have killed your prophets and overthrown your slaughter places, and I alone am left, and they seek my life. And that's 1 Kings 19:10 and 1 Kings 19 through 19:14. But what does the answer of Elohim say to him? I have left for myself 7,000 men who have not bowed a knee to Baal. And that's 1 Kings 19:18. So therefore also at this present time, a remnant according to the choice of favor has come to be. And if by favor it is no longer of works, otherwise favor is no longer favor, and it is of works, it is no longer favor, otherwise work is no longer work. What then? Israel has not obtained what it seeks, but the chosen did obtain it, and the rest were hardened. As it has been written, Yah has given them a spirit of deep sleep, eyes not to see and ears not to hear unto this day. Deuteronomy 29:4 and Isaiah 29:10. David also said, let their table become for a snare and for a trap and for the stumbling block and a recompense to them. Let their eyes be darkened, not to see, and bow down their backs always. And that's Psalms 69:22 and 23. Here's, yea, Gentiles are grafted in to the commonwealth, to the nation of Israel. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? Let it not be. But by their fall, deliverance has come to the nations, to the Gentiles, to provoke them to jealousy, Deuteronomy 32:21. And if their fall is riches for the world, and their failure riches for the nations, how much more their completeness? For I speak to you, the nations, inasmuch as I am emissary to the nations, I esteem my service. If somehow I might provoke to jealousy, Deuteronomy 32:21, those who are my flesh, and save some of them. For if their casting away is the restoration to favor of the world, what is their acceptance but life from the dead? Now, if the first fruit is set apart, the lump is also. And if the root is set apart, so are the branches. And if some of the branches were broken off, and you, being the wild olive tree, have been grafted in among them, and came to share the root and fatness of the olive tree, do not boast against the branches. Do not boast against the native born of Israel. For if you boast, remember, you do not bear the root, but the root bears you. You shall then say, the branches were broken off that I might be grafted in. Don't you dare. Good, by unbelief they were broken off, and you stand by belief. Do not be arrogant, but fear. And I'm going to just continue. For if Elohim did not spare the natural branches, he might not spare you either. So we don't need to be arrogant and say, and be haughty against brother Judah. They were broken off for a purpose, but he also has said that they will return. He will draw them home. He will, all 12 tribes he will bring home. So, and just in, he can cut us off if we get haughty and arrogant and prideful. So, all right, that is it for this week. It's a busy week. Well, it's a busy couple of weeks with, stop sharing. There we go. It's a busy couple of weeks with the feasts. We've today Yom Teruah, and then in 10 days, for starting at sundown tonight, it's the 23rd of September, 2025 right now, that we go into the 10 days of awe. And we've just come out of the month of Elul, which was basically 30 days of self-examination and repentance. And now we're going into the 10 days of awe. And it's like the wrath will be poured out during the 10 days of awe. And we're really to take these 10 days and get on our faces and cry out before the Most High, for him to reveal anything that's not profitable, anything that's not of him that we are still holding on to, so that we can release it and repent and turn back to him wholeheartedly, all mind, body, spirits, all mind, body, soul, spirit, everything. And so the next 10 days, take some time, be mindful, take some time alone with him, journal if you journal, and just ask him to reveal anything that's not of him that you need to let go and release. And then I urge you, I challenge you, I encourage you to release it and let go and keep your eyes focused on him. This is what these next 10 days, we've just spent 30 days focusing on him, and then it gets more intense over the next 10 days to keep our focus on him. Today the trumpets are sounding that our king is returning, and we need to get ourselves right for his return. Are you ready today? If the King of Glory were to return in the clouds, are you ready? So take the next 10 days to prepare yourselves, and, so that you can present yourselves as the pure, spotless bride. So, all right. Well, I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate you listening. And so thank you for joining me this week for this week's Torah portion. If it blessed you, please like and share and subscribe so that others can walk in the word with us. If you can also find helpful resources in the links in the description. And so until next time, may Yah's word guide your steps, and may his peace rest upon you. Be blessed, and Yah willing, I'll see you next week.